Hi, Sabrina. How are you doing today? It's great to see you
I'm
again.
yeah, nice to see you too. I'm really well. So, you did the 6-week transformation program with me,
Yes, yes, I did.
and I wanted to, uh, I wanted for the community to uh, know what your experience has been, and what has been the changes for you. So, I'm going to start with the first question, which is how are you feeling before, and what did you decide to work with me?
Okay, well, when I met Sabrina, she was offering a clearing, so I took her up on her offer, and I was at a time where I had had one of the most successful months in my business that I had ever had, and I put out the request to double my income again, and I knew that I wouldn't do it. And everything kind of crashed, and I was feeling very stuck and frustrated. So I put out to the universe, I was asking for help, someone to come who had more knowledge than I did, who could see more than I could see, to help me get past my blocks and where I was stuck. And I did a session with Sabrina, which she was offering, and she hit a very key issue of something that happened when I was 2 years old. And I could really feel the change within me as we cleared it. And I wanted more. So I asked her, what's next? What more could she offer me? And she suggested the 6-week series. So I signed on, and I'm very grateful that I did.
Cool. So what changed for you after this 6 week?
Well, what changed was, one thing, I cleared a lot of old, heavy energy that I had been carrying around from my past, feelings of not being enough, pains carrying around, and fears. But what really the biggest change came in our very last session, actually, when Sabrina saw that I needed to take my focus off of finances and begin really focusing on just having fun, bringing more love and joy into my life. And when she said that, I could just see, like, here was my financial world and here was the rest of my world. And so I really stepped into that and began working through the rest of what came up afterwards was a feeling where I wasn't feeling enough in so many ways. And it took about a week and a half after I stopped working with Sabrina to finish clearing all of that. But in that time, business started picking up again. I found myself changing the way that I talk about what I do to my patients and to other people, and just being more clear. People were getting a better understanding of what I did, and just my overall confidence and happiness and vibration was so much more improved.
Awesome. So, another question I have for you is, what was your breakthrough moment, your aha moment?
Oh, there were so many. Um, I have them written down. I should have brought them out. There were, well, I think the first aha moment was the amount of shame. There was a time when I was 2 years old that my mother told the story frequently, but she told it as I had broken a dozen eggs and I tried to put them back together. And in our first session, Sabrina picked up a lot of shame and humiliation at that time. And knowing my mother was a person who could be volatile. She had a lot of anger in her. And so the fact that she would be laughing that I had just broken a dozen eggs and she had to clean up the mess and the expense of the eggs and everything, it really makes sense that she took it so lightheartedly. And so that was very beneficial to recognize that I was holding a lot of shame in me that I hadn't recognized. So that was a huge aha moment to work through that. And then also through subsequent sessions, there were times when she said that, I felt like a dried plant. I had depleted myself so much because I've been a person who just gives and gives and gives, especially to my family. And I had literally depleted myself. So she told me I had to get intimate with my light, which was a really a fun time as we were practicing my just really bringing in more and more light. And though I didn't feel so depleted, but it was just to bring in more and more light. I just pretended like I was bringing in my light lever, and it was really wonderful.
Beautiful. So what was different about working with me?
Well, to be truthful, I've never worked with anybody in depth before. I've tried on a few people, but I just felt that they didn't have it. They didn't have enough insight or enough intuition to really get in and get to the root of what I needed help with. Okay, so we were talking about other people I've worked with. So truthfully, I've never trusted anybody to work with before. Sabrina's really the first person that I have trusted, and I've been putting out there for, I would say, at least 10 years that somebody would come along who could help me, because I've always been the teacher. I'm the healer. I'm the teacher. I'm the one that people come to deal with their problems. So it takes a very, very special person to help me. And I'm very pleased that Sabrina is that person.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So what would you say was your biggest win thanks to this program?
I was set in motion to get out of the focus of financial struggle, because I have my entire career has had that underlying, I need to make more money, I need to get more work, I need to make more money. And so it's always been kind of the driving force rather than my passion and my love. And I've even, when I have 3 children, and even as I was raising my family, when I would go out with friends, I would always put the disclaimer, well, it'll help my business. I'm going to go out and meet new people. It'll help my business. That was my justification for having a social life. And I don't do that anymore. There's still some underlying, current. I haven't made the complete separation, but I just look for something so different in life now rather than increasing my bottom line.
Sure. So you did mention that you're the healer that usually people come to, and I know what you do, but maybe what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm a chiropractor. I'm an intuitive chiropractor, and I teach classes to teach people how to heal themselves, how to heal cancer, how to avoid surgeries, heal their pain. I do classes on increasing self-love and joy in your life, and to help change your mindset so that you program a more positive future, especially around aging and health.
So you're very familiar with the healing world and intuition then?
Oh, very, yes. I grew up with it. So I have over 50 years of experience in this world.
Okay. Well, knowing that you have 50 years of experience, I'm very honored that I was able to work with you.
Yeah, to be the first person. Well, you're the first person. Yeah, you really are in all that time. So. Yeah.
Well, that means a lot to me. So I'm very, actually very happy that we work together. Another question I have for you is, so why would you recommend Sabrina, so me, and to whom?
Okay, I would recommend Sabrina to anyone who wants to be able to manifest their dreams easier, no matter what your dream is, whether it be financial, relationship, just to be happier. Sabrina is she's very fun to work with. She's very intuitive and thoughtful. You don't ever feel pressured that, oh, we only have a certain amount of time, we can only work on this. So she does honor the time commitment, but she just makes it so fun, and she does get right to the heart of what is needed at that time. She'll take your feedback, do you want to work on something specific, or do you suggesting be worked on? And also, if you do the 6-week series, you have daily support from her through texting, and she responds quickly and will answer all of your questions, and very, very encouraging. I reached out to her a lot during the week between our weekly sessions, and even afterwards we've still kept in touch, and I can always feel her love and her support, her encouragement.
Beautiful. So so a last question for you. What would you say to someone who is on the fence?
What I do is I have an exercise that I was taught by my mother when I was a teenager. When you're looking to make a decision, you do a brief meditation where you actually imagine yourself sitting next to you. And one of you will, for example, one of you would go through the sessions with Sabrina, and one of you wouldn't, so that you can see what would happen in both experiences. So that's what I would say, is look at, weigh both sides. What would it be like if you took that chance to, invest in yourself and let somebody see what you can't see on your own? Because even if you are very intuitive, which I'm extremely intuitive, but I couldn't see the things that Sabrina pointed out to me. So weigh both sides. Imagine yourself living both experiences, having the sessions or not having the sessions, and which one feels better, which one feels like it just opens up and you go, yeah, now I feel good.
Beautiful. Well, thank you very much, Jenni,
You're
for
welcome,
your
Sabrina.
testimonial. I really enjoyed working with you. It was fun, as you mentioned. And yeah, so I'm really, really happy about your progress. So thank you.